Hello Libra, welcome to Cosmic Cassie. Thanks so much for tuning in for another monthly read. So this is actually going to be the September check-in. Excuse me, sorry. Libra, what I want to do is just look at what are your current energies for the middle of September that are taking place, that are happening. What does the rest of September look like? And if there's any additional messages that come out for September in general as a month for you, we'll also get those messages out. I'm going to try to keep it kind of short, sweet, simple, to the point, and not, get lost in the information too much or the storyline too much, since we are in the middle of the month here. I'm going to go ahead and get started with, let's look at just kind of where love is for those of you that are wanting to know more about love right now. Let's look at that. Really quick before I get started, on my website, guys, I have smudge spray, and it is low scent. So if you're like more scent sensitive, it's meant to be smudge spray. It is sage scent, but it's very low, so it's mild, okay? And then we also have black salt. So if you don't know where to get black salt, I have an extensive process that I use in order to make that kind of black salt that actually works for protection, rituals, witchcraft, even like setting boundaries, energetic, emotional boundaries, things like that. So on my website, you can see more about like what it does and how to use it. And then last but not least, I do have a new product that I did come out with here. So this is actually going to be more of, it does two different things, but it's really pretty on the inside. It's got lots of colors and stuff and some wax, and it's like gold and silver wax with lavender, but so this is actually going to be all selenite at the bottom here, so you can keep this near you if you want to continuously cleanse your aura. It will create that kind of energetic shield and continuously cleanse your aura as long as it's around you. It'll also work really well for manifestations. So it brings in like a clean, almost like a clean channel for the manifestation to get to you. So if there's a lot of blocked energy or a lot of things that might like prevent it from coming in, a lot of like energy that's just not good for manifestations, and it really like derails it or slows it down, this will almost make that path very clear for you. You just have to put which intention you want in it, but it'll naturally kind of do both. So check those out on my website, and let me know what you guys think. So I'm excited to introduce the aura cleansing and manifestation one. So let's go ahead and jump into it, Libra. Looks like Spirit's already prepared to talk to you. So we have Queen of Cups coming out first. Again, this is going to be Libra in love. So this is just the love piece here. We'll look at love. We'll look at relationships, if you're in one, and then we'll look a little bit at like money, career, success, stuff like that that's coming in as well. Show me one more for Libra here. Thank you. I like this energy for love. This is good. Now, because Libra, I am a psychic intuitive channeler, I will get messages outside of the tarot that I'll kind of pick up on, and sometimes that information is channeled, so it can get kind of specific depending on who you are. So just make sure you're not grabbing anything that doesn't belong to you. Only take the things that actually resonate with what's already happened in your life and your storyline. And if it doesn't, and it's just for entertainment, purely new perspective, things like that, then so be it. Just don't start applying stuff to your life. If you want to know what applies to you, you can get a personal reading, which I have like a link in my description box, but it's on my website. You can get a personal reading with me, but I always recommend get a personal reading before you start applying things to your own personal life. Let's see. So with the Queen of Cups, we have the Two of Swords clarifying it. With the Six of Wands, we have the World clarifying it, and with the Six of Cups, we have the Seven of Pentacles clarifying it. Libra, it feels like when it comes to love, for those of you that are looking for love, you're in love, but you're not in a relationship, however that applies to you, this feels very much like a lot of almost like emotional conflict, where it's almost like this feels like an energy of I really love someone, I really like someone, or I really want to welcome love into my life, but there's some kind of imbalance where we recognize, the good thing is we recognize the imbalance, we recognize what's kind of off kilter here, but it's making us indecisive, there we go, indecisive about which direction we should take. So it's good that you see what the obstacle is here, what the imbalance is here when it comes to love. But instead of taking that as an obstacle and then it creating indecision, we need to look at that as more of clarity of choice. So because we can see the problem, it's much better to know what the problem is and to be able to look further down that road and decide, is that something I'm willing to compromise with later? Is that something I'm willing to have in my life? Is that something that I want long term in a relationship? So instead of looking at whatever this imbalance is for you, Libra, it feels more like we need to not let it put us in a place of indecision, but make it your advantage that you know what this imbalance is, and allow yourself to see, okay, regardless of how much I love this person, I can see what negative or not so good energy could influence the relationship now and later and long term. It's like because you're seeing something that maybe this person does, a habit or something they say, or just something they do. Like it's something with seeing very clearly something you don't necessarily like, but you're like, I love them, so I'll put up with it. But it's like, but you kind of know that you don't want to put up with it and you wouldn't. So use it as more of a clear mirror of how to make the right decision here for yourself, because you are able to see the clarity of the situation, the clarity of what's the imbalance here. So use it to your advantage, obviously. And when you do that, you have a lot more success when it comes to a new beginning. And the reason why you have more success is because you're making a decisive choice with either I'm going to take this as it is, or I'm going to say no because I will not have that in my life. Either way, it makes your energy feel much lighter. It helps you move forward in a more successful, easier way here. Okay, it's like you have to be able to make a decision, and the decision is actually what makes you feel better. Getting really firm on that boundary of like, okay, I'm accepting this person as they are, so I know that, I'm going to work through it, and I accept them for who they are, so we're going to push through and we're going to persevere here. That lets you know any obstacles that come up in the future around whatever this is, it makes it a lot easier to get over that and to overcome those obstacles and not let them like kind of push the relationship down, because you're making a decision right now to move past it. Same way with the other way. I'm making a decision to not move past it. I don't want that in my life. I don't want that a part of my love life, my relationships. So now I'm very decisive on anyone that comes to the table with this thing, this item, this behavior, this thought, this mindset, this trait. I'm going to say no to them. And I'm very decisive on I don't have to deal with that, and I won't deal with it. Okay, so it's the decision that actually makes you feel better, that actually makes you feel like you made the right choice. So you can't make a wrong choice here. It's making the decision that actually makes you feel like you made the right choice here. Okay, and then it lets you, with the Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Cups, it allows you to then invest in something that you actually feel is a dream come true. It allows you to start patiently kind of building towards an end goal, a grand outcome here, whether that's in the relationship or that's not in the relationship. It allows you to start to work heavier and more focused on a specific direction rather than kind of being all over the table. It's like, nope, this is the kind of love that I want, and I'm going to start manifesting that. I'm going to start pulling that towards me. I'm attracting that. Or it's like, hey, this is the kind of love I want, and so I'm going to be with this person regardless of whatever this, side imbalance thing is here. We're going to make it work. So now we can start building towards an actual, fulfilling relationship here. It's all about just making a decision though, Libra. It's all about, you need to decide what's good for you, what's not good for you, and then you feel much better once you decide, and then it also gives you room and growth and ability to start moving in a new direction of like building and creating what you actually want out of your love life here. Okay, let's look at those Libras that are in relationships. If you're in a relationship and you're having any kind of issues or problems, anything like that, let's just quickly look at that energy. Because I feel like the first one was more of like Libras that are kind of like in limbo almost. It's like in limbo of like, do I want a relationship or do I not? Am I willing to allow this with love in my life or not? You don't even have to have a person in mind, but it's more of an energy of like, will I allow that or will I not allow that? Okay, and let's look at relationships. Let's look at the Libras in relationships here. So I'll take the top card and this card and this card. And I feel like this card. Okay. We have the Hermit, the Death, the Three of Wands, and the Magician. Some of you are realizing that this isn't the person for you, and it's time for you to kind of move on from that person. Okay, so even if this is a longer term, I don't sense energetically that any of this is going to be very long term. So if you're in a really long term, like 5-10 years, I don't think that this is going to apply to you. But those of you that are kind of like in that like 0 to 3 mark, 0 3-year mark in your relationships, some of you are starting to come into an energy of, because I'm learning who I am, and then look, we have that 2 of Swords showing back up. So it's like, because I'm learning who I am, I'm actually realizing that I don't want this relationship anymore. It's like maybe, you guys were in the energy of the singles that I just did a long time ago, and you chose the relationship route, but now that you've chosen it down the line here, you're realizing like, no, I can't put up with this. No, I won't tolerate this. I actually can't be okay with this. This is too imbalanced. It doesn't feel right. I don't want to move forward with it. And so some of you that are in those relationships, again, like I'd say 0 to 3 years here, you're starting to realize, like, judgment. You're realizing, like, this is maybe not for me. I don't think that I can handle this. I don't want to tolerate this in my love life, in a relationship, in a partnership. I don't want to do this anymore, okay? It's kind of like we're realizing that, and some of you might end up walking away. Some of you might be able to keep pushing through, but it feels like majority of you are realizing something here, and it's like, I don't want to do this. This is not how I thought love should be, how I want it to be, and I'm not going to tolerate this. I'm not doing it anymore, okay? And we start like searching for something else, something better and bigger. Some of you Libras might end up like not purposely trying to cheat, but end up in a situation where you kind of are unfaithful in that situation. Obviously, do what's right and what's in line with your highest good, your highest self here. Make the right decisions. As hard as they may be, you need to make the right decisions here. Okay, let's look at Libra's money for the middle of September here. What do we got for money? Show me money with Libra. Show me Libra's money here. What do we got for Libra's money here? Show me Libra's money. We have the Chariot and we have the World. We need one more. Oof, oof. Oof, oof. That king wants to come out here. Okay. If we clarify here, what's that Chariot? What's that World? And what is that king? You guys have so much indecision here. And I'm going to tell you, I always keep my deck upright because it makes sense to me to just read it upright. So, okay, I'm not going to get into it. But you guys did get the 3 of Pentacles reversed, and so for me, I'm going to leave it reversed because it's very rare that I pull a reversal, and so usually that means it needs to be reversed here. For money, it's almost like this feels like we're working towards something, like we're putting so much effort and so much time and so much work into something, but it's like you don't even know where it's going really, because we didn't really do a lot of preparation or like long-term planning or goal. It's like I'm just jumping right into something that I wanted to do that I think will get me a lot of money. I'm putting a ton of extra work into it. I'm working real hard. I'm being real resilient. But it's like we're putting more work than maybe we should when we don't even have a plan yet. And so it's almost like why would you put all your effort and energy into something and you never even asked, does this position have room for promotion? But yet, like, you're working extensively overtime, like above average, in hopes of getting a promotion. But like, you don't even know if this position allows you to be promoted, if this position has like a second step. It's like you never even took the time to figure that piece out. And so it's really like you're unsure, you don't even know, but you're putting this work in. And it's like we need to get very clear on where is this going to take us. If we put all this work and time and energy into something, where is it going to take us? Like, what is going to happen with that position or with the progress of it? It's like, where is that going?